Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala Nabi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining me. Yesterday, we began a series where we were talking about activities that we should avoid during the quarantine and beyond. The time when we have a lot of time on our hands, we may tend to inadvertently, unwittingly, start to do some of these harmful things just to pass the time, and we wanted to highlight the importance of avoiding these harmful activities. And yesterday we specifically spoke about al-ghiba, backbiting. Today we want to talk about another one of the harmful activities which we should strictly avoid falling into, a crime in Islam that we should strictly avoid committing, and that is the crime of an-namima, gossiping with malicious intent. And the one who does it is referred to as a namam, the one who gossips with destructive motives. Ibn Kathir rahimahullah ta'ala, when he defined a namam, the one who gossips with a destructive motive, he defined him in this way. He said, الذي يمشي بين الناس ويحرش بينهم وينقل الحديث لفساد ذات البين. He said, the one who circulates amongst various groups of people and sows discord amongst them, trafficking their words to ruin their relationships. Trafficking their words, I take what you say and I carry it to somebody else and tell them what you said, and then that's going to rile you up and you're going to respond, and I'm going to take that, right? And my intention in this whole exercise is to ruin their relationship. Sounds awful, doesn't it? Sounds disgusting. Sounds sick. But as awful, disgusting, sick, and despicable as it sounds, it's something that's very common in the Muslim community. It's especially common amongst the members of the community who have nothing better to do with their time. So today, what I want to talk about regarding this subject is, one, what does our religion say about this common pastime in our community? And also talk about some strategies that we can use to avoid falling into this heinous crime. What does our religion say about an-namima, gossiping with malicious intent? What does it say about an-namam, the one who gossips with destructive motives? First of all, our religion teaches us that an-namam is the worst kind of person. In Islam, the worst kind of person is an-namam, the one who traffics this gossip and does it with malicious intent. The Prophet ﷺ, he said in the hadith collected by Bukhari and Muslim, collected by Ahmed on the authority of Asma bint Yazid, he said, "Ala ukhbirukum bishirarikum." Shall I not inform you of the worst of you? Who's the worst type of person? Shall I not tell you who it is? Al-masha'una bin namima, the one who circulates injurious gossip. Al-mufsiduna bayn al-hibba, the one who turns beloved friends into bitter enemies. Al-baghun lil-bura'a al-anat, the wretched sinner who unjustly targets the innocent. This person isn't bothering anyone, but this person makes it his business to create trouble and problems for that person. The Prophet said that person who does that is the worst of people. Another thing our religion tells us about an-namim and an-namam is that an-namam will be punished in his grave. That this sin is so heinous, it entitles a person to be punished in their grave. The Prophet said in the hadith, collected by Bukhari and Muslim, authority of Ibn Abbas, he said that the Prophet passed by two graves, side by side. And both of the occupants of those graves were being punished. The Prophet informed his companions. They didn't know, but the Prophet knew. He perceived that they were being punished. And he said, "Innahuma yu'addaban." He said, the two people in these graves, they're being punished. وَمَا هُمَا يُعَذَّبَانِ فِي كَبِيرٍ. He said, but they're not being punished for something that people normally deem. He said, but even though the people think that these offenses are not a big deal, they are a big deal. And that's why they're being punished. And he went on to say, فَكَانْ لَا يَسْتَبْرَأْ مِنْ بَوْلِهِ. He said, as for one of them, he didn't protect himself and his body and his clothes from urine when he relieved himself. وَأَمَّا الْآخَرْ فَكَانَ يَمْشِي بِالنَّمِيمَةِ. He said, and as for the other one, he used to circulate tales between people intending to sow discord. Also, we've been taught by our religion that a namam will not enter paradise. A namam is a namima. This gossiping with malicious intent is one of those things that can prevent a person from entering paradise. The Prophet said in the hadith, La yadkhul jannata namam. A malicious gossiper will not enter paradise. Brothers and sisters, these are three things that if we think about them should make us want to avoid this crime. This crime, which is very common, it should make us, these things should send up a red flag to say, hey man, I want to stay away from that. That's radioactive right there. You'll be punished in your grave. You'll be considered the worst of people. And you won't enter paradise. I want no parts of that. So now the question comes, well, how do we avoid this crime, which is very common in our community? So I want to mention a few strategies, ala ujala, and we'll close with those. The first strategy, brothers and sisters, is don't listen when people talk about others. Somebody's about to open their mouth and they're going to say, so-and-so said, or I heard such and such say. Whether they're saying that they said it about you, or they're saying that this one said it about that one, don't listen to that. Close your ears. Tell the person, stop talking. I don't want to hear it. And if they insist, get up and leave. Get up and walk away. Don't be in their presence. Don't stay in their presence and they're talking about people. Why? Because if you don't listen to the story, you can't possibly know the story. And if you don't know the story, you cannot tell the story. So don't listen to the story, and then you can't tell the story. You won't be able to commit a namima aslan in the first place. The second strategy is follow the advice given to us by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the hadith in which he said, "Man yu'minu billahi wal yawm al-akhir, falyaqul khayran aw liyasmut." He said, whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him speak good. Let him say good things. Let him speak things which are beneficial. Or let him remain silent. If there's no good in what you're going to say, or you're not sure, I don't know, is it good, bad, I'm not sure, then just what? Then just be quiet. If you're not certain it's good, then just be quiet. That's the second strategy. Third strategy is put yourself in the shoes of the one about whom you are speaking. Put yourself in the shoes of the one about whom you are speaking, or the one to whom you are carrying the tale. Put yourself in that person's shoes. Brothers and sisters, how many relationships have we seen destroyed by a namima? Relationships between husband and wife. Relationships between best friends. People who've known each other all their lives, went to grade school together, middle school together, high school together, college together, known each other forever. Their families know each other. And somebody comes and says, so-and-so said this, taken out of context, embellishing it, and those two people who have been friends for years become enemies. We've seen it. How many times have we seen relationships within the masjid, within the community destroyed? This group of people no longer speaks or associates with that group of people. There's enmity between them. Why? Because of something somebody said, some tale that they carried. Relationships between imams and their congregations, between imams and their boards. We've seen it. We've seen the destructive nature, destructive consequences, the destructive impact and repercussions of this namima. Each of us has to put ourselves in the shoes of the one who is losing their husband because of some rumor or some malicious gossip that was spread. Someone losing their best friend, a person who they have loved and have been supported by and have supported for years because of what somebody said. Put yourself in that position. Losing someone you love, losing them in your life because of something that somebody said that was embellished or taken out of context. Put yourself in that person's shoes, and there's no way you will be able to bring yourself to commit that act. It said in the hadith, "Man yu'minu billahi wal yawm al-akhir." He said, "La yu'minu ahadukum hatta yuhibba li akhihi ma yuhibbu li nafsi." None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Always put yourself in the other person's shoes and do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The last of the strategies is think before you speak, think of three things. Think of the harm you'll potentially cause, and we spoke about that. Think about the sin you will earn. And think about the punishment you may receive. Think about, before you speak, and you're going to carry a tale, think about these three things. Think about the harm you'll potentially cause, the sin you will earn, and the punishment you may receive in exchange. Whatever pleasure you hope to gain, and some people are sick. They get sick pleasure out of creating misery, causing discord for other people. But whatever pleasure they get, whatever gratification they get, it will not be worth the sin, the harm, and the punishment they'll potentially cause. So if you think about those things, that will deter you from being from the people who commit a namima. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those who listen to the talk and follow the best of it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Nas Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we ask Allah, the exalted, we ask Him, and yu'allimana ma yanfa'una wa yanfa'na bima 'allamana. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to teach us that which will benefit us and to benefit us with what He teaches us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yuballighna Ramadan, to let us be from those who reach this blessed month of Ramadan. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those who meet Him on the day of judgment, and He forgives us and enters us into His paradise. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.